We'll meet standing at the top of the mat, preparing to come to our eagle pose, lifting the left knee high up towards the chest, crossing over the right. Notice you can have the left toes hovering off the mat, or they can be pressing down for a bit of additional support. If you want to go ahead and take a double wrap, then go ahead. And we'll wrap the right elbow over the left, also eagle arms. But here we'll focus on rounding. Try to draw elbows in towards the chest, spreading the shoulders wide. Releasing down. Coming to the other side, lifting right knee high up into the chest, crossing it over the left. Pick your option if you'd like to go for a double bind or just planting the toes into the mat. And we're crossing the left elbow over the right, and we're rounding, really rounding here. So trying to mimic that action when we're in crow of drawing everything into the midline, tucking the chin, spreading the shoulders wide. We'll stay here for 3 full breaths. And releasing down. We're going to step it back to our plank and take a vinyasa. Reach the arms up, inhale, folding forwards, exhale. Stepping back to a plank and coming into our vinyasa, rocking the weight forward, pushing through the hands, lower down on your exhale, slide the chest through, inhale. Hips back and up, downward dog, exhale. Begin to lift the left leg high up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog, reaching through the toes on your inhale, still drawing the chest back, hips high. Draw the knee towards that left armpit on your exhale. Going to slide the knee down towards the wrist and lift it back up. Sliding it down and lift it back up. So inhaling as the knee is as high as possible, slide it down on your exhale. Lift up, inhale, slide it down, exhale. And send it back, inhale, 3-legged dog. Left foot down, let's do the other side. Right leg lifts, 3-legged dog, inhale. Draw the knee forwards on your exhale, bringing it as high up into the armpit as possible, and we'll hold it there. Heel to grip, really squeezing the knee in towards the midline. On your next exhale, lower down towards the wrist, still pressing through the hands, arms are straight. Lift up, inhale, lower down, exhale, lifting up, inhale, lower down, exhale, lift up, inhale. Remember, you can modify by bringing the knee down, and it's the same action, or from our downward dog. One more time, lower down, exhale, lift up, inhale, and send it back to that 3-legged dog. And we're back in a lizard lunge. This time we're going to add a half split. So allow the hips to come down as low as feels comfortable, maybe even trying to draw the chest forwards rather than rounding, opening up within the chest. You can have the back toes tucked or untucked, whichever you prefer. If you do have them untucked, this kind of helps to bring the hips down a little lower, so the pose might feel a bit deeper. Take a long inhale, and we'll shift it to a half split on our exhale, walking fingertips back as we shift the weight towards the back of the mat, flexing that front foot back towards us. Remember, you could always have blocks underneath the hands to just get a bit of extra height. And let's come forwards into that lizard lunge on our inhale. Half split, exhale. Remember, this leg doesn't have to be completely straight. We can keep the knee slightly bent and coming forwards, inhale. Twice more into that half split, exhale to take it deeper. Maybe keep the fingers where they were so that you're drawing the chest forward, shoulders moving away from the ears, trying to keep the back straight. Low lunge, well, lizard lunge, inhale. This is our last one into that half split as we exhale, maybe keeping fingertips where they were to make it a bit deeper. That lizard lunge and our inhale. We're getting ready to step it back to our plank and take a vinyasa. Stepping it back, you can bring the knees down or keep them lifted, rolling forwards, lower down on your next exhale, squeeze elbows in. Slide the chest through, inhale. Hips back and up, downward dog, exhale. Coming to repeat that little sequence on this side, on the left-hand side. Again, just taking a moment to maybe try and bring the hips down lower as we draw the chest forwards, opening within the heart space, shoulders moving away from the ears. Take a long inhale. We take it to that half split on our exhale, walking fingertips back as we begin to straighten through that front leg, flexing the toes back towards us. Try to draw the front ribs forwards, finding length within the spine as we draw shoulders back away from the ears. And we come forwards, lizard lunge, inhale. Into that half split on your exhale. Lizard lunge, inhale. Into a half split, exhale. Maybe keep the fingers where they are at the front of the mat for a deeper stretch. Drawing shoulders back. And lizard lunge, inhale. Into that half split, exhale. Back into a lizard lunge, inhale. Now bringing this left foot back to the center of the mat, we're going to step it back and immediately take our vinyasa. Lower down on your exhale. Slide the chest through, inhale. Hips back and up, downward dog, exhale. Looking to the top of the mat. Maybe you take 2 big steps to come to your yogi squat, or maybe a little hop. Bend the knees, looking forward. Little hop into our yogi squat. We're going to bring the hands down and just play around again once more with shifting the weight forwards. Trying to bring the knees as high up into the armpits as possible. Again, remember you can start here, knees on the outside, rounding. Make sure you're rounding, looking forwards as you shift the weight forwards and back. But again, I'm really going to encourage you and push you to try to actually just bring the knees as high up onto the arms as possible. Great foundation for more advanced arm balances and when we come to tricky transitions. And notice that I'm rocking the weight so forward that the elbows are actually in line with the wrists. So until that happens, it's going to be really difficult for the feet to lift off. Focus on really rounding within the spine, looking forwards, gripping the floor as you shift the weight forwards and back. Maybe coming all the way onto those tippy toes, almost like they're going to lift. Checking if elbows are aligned over the wrist. Hold it here for 1, 2, 3, and coming down.